Well, hello to all the fashionistas, influencers, designers and fans of the world of Scottish fashion. For the first time, we decided to put together a highlights video of the first 22 years of the Dress to Kilt International Fashion Show. From its humble beginnings in 2003, this show is now the most prestigious, largest and exciting Scottish fashion show in the world. It is the only show that promotes the Scottish fashion industry in general and the individual designers and retailers in particular. After 22 years and several $1 million of production investment, Dress to Kilt is now a significant catalyst for the Scottish economy and for Scottish tourism. It is a show that was born on the runways of New York City, and the music from Scottish entertainers, singers and musicians always accompany the models down the runway, often with live performances. Sir Sean Connery was one of the Dress to Kilt co-founders, together with Dr. Geoffrey Scott Carroll of Peebles, Scotland. This annual event is always held during Tartan Week in April, and it is by far the highest profile Scottish event in the world on Tartan Day, generating north of 6 million press and media impressions from the most recent 2025 show. It is a show that since the beginning has raised funds for veterans charities in both Scotland and the United States. It is our hope that this video will provide you with some sense of excitement and impact of these annual shows. Let's now take a wee look at some of the exciting moments from Dress to Kilt.
Great event that brings everyone together. It's a great melting pot and we all have a great time.
It's about having a sense of humour, it's about having a sense of style, it's about design, and it's about excellence in everything you do.
I was speaking to one of the designers, what they're doing, taking old traditional looks but yet giving it a contemporary feel. Some great stuff.
Represent Scotland so beautifully in New York, and both great places, both places I'm involved in, and Dress to Kilt, they've really done a great job.
You know, once they told me about the whole kilt, I just thought, you know, a 300-pound man wearing a kilt, that sounds like a good time.
Debt to the young men and women who risk their lives to keep us safe.
This is a wonderful opportunity for us to raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project, for all the young men and women coming home from this war.
Doing the walk down the catwalk for a charity called Erskine Hospitals.
You know, you get guys like myself who are willing to come in and put on a kilt and help raise money and do something that's a little bit unordinary.
Sometimes it's hard to connect the people that need the services with the service, and that's the best thing about them being involved with Dress to Kilt is so many people find out about this organization. Paralyzed veterans are getting a lot of money because of all this.
I work a lot with wounded warriors and vets, and this is all about raising money for Scottish and American vets, so it's a good cause.
Dress to Kilt promotes the Scottish spirits, fashion and tourist industries in particular. We provide opportunities for young Scottish talent that without our help would not be able to exhibit their designs in the biggest commercial fashion market in the world.
It's brought great young designers from Scotland, has brought all the great traditional fabric makers.
It pulls all the Scottish companies together to really make a unique event with the most fantastic stars and raises the profile for the Scottish textile industry.
Last year I walked in it, so I had a lot of fun with that. And so we're returning the favor also for a great cause.
The excitement is just exuberant tonight.
We want to leave the impression with the editors, journalists, buyers and attendees that Made in Scotland is a benchmark of the very best in the world.
This is my clan. She has a thing for guys in kilts. News to us, but apparently it's very romantic.
Curiously subversive activity. The Scots being a very subversive bunch, and they sort of kidnap this catwalk, which they take around with them all over in various cities, and they come on in the native attire, and they do the most extraordinary things.
Scots know how to enjoy themselves, and that's all there is to it. People always have a very warm reaction when you say you're Scottish.
I've always wanted a Scottish accent. I don't have one.
It's a very exciting time for Scotland. As a nation of people, I think we're very proud and we have an amazing outlook on life.
I do wear tartan and plaids in my everyday wardrobe. Vivian Westwood is very keen on the craftsmanship and the traditional Scottish textiles. Lots of tartan and plaids.
Scotland is beautiful, it's untouched, it's got charisma. Sometimes you can be in other countries, and when people are in that country, they're always complaining about it, and then when they get abroad, oh, nothing's like home. Whereas the Scottish are like proud no matter where they are to be, and they're proud to tell you.
They just know how to enjoy life, which is an important skill.
I think everyone, everywhere is a little bit Scottish.
fan event, and what's beautiful about it is it combines everything that's great about Scotland with everything that's great in the States. So it's just a mega party. It seems quite hedonistic actually. Be very entertained and be very proud to be Scottish.
The atmosphere here is great tonight, so if Scotland's anything like that, I've got to go straight to Scotland after this.
We have once again succeeded beyond our wildest dreams in achieving our objectives. Last year's show again produced a massive amount of press and media coverage globally for our sponsors and partners. More than 100 million people in more than 75 countries saw photos from or short DVDs of the event. Dress to Kilt represented more than 95% of the press and media coverage from Slàinte Mhath. This year again, we will be raising funds for scholarships and for the wounded warriors and paralysed veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan. The event and the charity are non-political, but we believe that we owe a huge debt to the young men and women who risked their lives to keep us safe.
Well, that was amazing. But then the world suffered from the pandemic and we did not hold the show for several years. But like the legend of Brigadoon, the Dress to Kilt event emerged from the mists of the pandemic and returned to the world stage with a sold-out event in Toronto, Canada. This show surpassed our expectations with attendance and energy that rivaled our best New York City shows. As you will see, the level of couture in this show was exceptional, and the strong bond between Canada and Scotland was in evidence this night. Following the success of Toronto, we were invited to hold the show in many other cities and countries. We were flattered, but the decision was made to return Dress to Kilt to its New York City roots. 2025 marked the return of the show to New York, and it was held in great style in a cathedral on 5th Avenue. For one night, this was turned into a Highland Cathedral. Sound familiar? return to New York City show was a cracking Great Big Apple evening. Since the first Dress to Kilt, we have importantly raised funds for veterans' charities in both Scotland and the United States. For many years now, we have worked closely with the Navy SEAL Foundation. The Navy SEALs are considered the tip of the US warrior spear, and their foundation provides critical support for the warriors, veterans, and families of naval special warfare. We're very proud of our relationship with the SEAL Foundation, and in every show we now have several former SEALs doing their best to imitate Fifth Avenue models on the runway. The 2026 Dress to Kilt show is now confirmed for Saturday evening, April the 11th, 2026 in Manhattan. Should you wish to be involved in the show as a model, designer or sponsor, please go to our website for further contact information. In conclusion, we hope that you have all enjoyed our look back into the incredible and incompatible fashion experience called Dress to Kilt.